I hope it's nice and sunny and warm and pleasant where you are. But if you look at the other side of things, some people don't like the warmth, they don't like the sun, they like a bit of coolness and a bit of rain sometimes. But let's discuss. Let's go into the logistics and what you would like or would like to see. Perhaps what the family would like, because it's not going to be nice and pleasant and sunny for them within that courtroom. So let's discuss again. It's the countdown to the Inquest for Jay, part 2. Let's discuss further. I want to discuss all the ins and outs with you. So whatever you're doing, if you're driving, please use hands-free. Or go and grab that drink. It could be water. And welcome to Aldon's Reviews and True Crime. I was thinking about this, other creators as well. Duncan was also talking about this one, the ins and outs. What do you feel would be best? And if you're listening, the courts, Chris Long or James Adley, whoever's taken the inquest, and the DCI that's involved in the case, whoever else is there. So I want to talk about the planning. What are they going to do? Which of the witnesses are they going to bring up first? Now, there's some talk about this. An inquest apparently is an open inquest and everybody talks and sits in the same courtroom. I don't know how big the setup is within the Preston Coroner's Court, but you kind of need separate rooms, don't you, to put separate groups of witnesses. Some of them, shall we say, if you put them all in one room, some of them might not get on. Remember, they're revealing things, aren't they? And if you have them all talking, are they going to be able to talk openly? They might have certain things to say about another witness. There could be two different fractions, two different sides. So how is that going to be handled? I feel the witnesses, this is why it may take longer in my view. The witnesses should speak separately and independently. I think they should be face to face with the family or the courtroom. I don't know who's going to be there. I don't know if it's a closed inquest or not. Have they flipped it over and changed it from being a public inquest to a closed inquest? That's up to the family, isn't it? Is it up to the family? Regardless of that, the witnesses, in my view, separate interviews, separate interrogations, if you like. So people get a chance to say what they feel and they're not faced with, shall we call them their enemy? So if somebody's giving some information out, and perhaps it might pick up on illegal activities, shall we say, of another witness. If the witness is intimidating and staring at that witness in the dock, then how can that be? How can that happen? How can that be professional? I think interview them separately. In which order, it wouldn't matter then. You can interview them separately. It wouldn't matter which order they were brought up in. But Duncan was saying that it should be certain people first. So he felt the people that have to say less, bring them on first. And the people like Ahab, who's already spoken, that he would come on afterwards. I think the other way around, perhaps. I think he should speak first. He's already spoken. And then Ahab, you may drop yourself in it when another witness comes along and contradicts what you said. Or Lucy, you may have made a statement and you may go back to that statement you made in Spain. It's slightly different than the one you made within Tenerife after you went to the police, or indeed to Mark Williams Thomas over the phone. So that may flummox, that may scupper Ahab. So I'm with you on this, witnesses, really. It must be very nerve-wracking. And I wouldn't want to have you feel uncomfortable in any way, really. I wouldn't, really, honest. So you're innocent until proven guilty anyway. So interview separately. It doesn't matter. And then the gallery, the family can see the different stories, and the witnesses won't feel intimidated. Perhaps they like to be interviewed online. Do you know what I'm getting at? Do you know what I mean? If it is an open inquest as such, an open courtroom, everybody bowled in together, then I would feel interview Rocky first, say Ahab second, and then go down the chain. The Spanish witnesses, interview them last, I would say. I don't know. Is this case any different than any other case as such? Is it any more suspicious than any other case? Chris Long is within the accident group, so he's going to be looking at it as an accident. When you Google J Slater accident or J Slater blah 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 or J Slater inquest, but it has some funny wording, and it says the injuries were likely due to a fall. Well, you can't say likely. They either are or they aren't. Likely, it's not likely. Just because he was at the bottom of a ravine and he had a head injury to the back of the head, I believe, and a pelvic injury. So to me, that doesn't say that he fell. That says he was at the bottom of a ravine. So if you want to commit an act of murder, shall we say, just put someone at the bottom of a ravine, crack their head beforehand. It could be the day before, somewhere else, and then just pop them at the bottom of a ravine, and it seems to mean, hey presto, you'll get away with it. So we just don't know. And it couldn't be sure. The autopsy couldn't be sure. An injury to the back of the head, but they made it up and they said, oh, due likely to a fall. Pelvic injury. No broken bones, as far as I'm aware of. No cuts on the leg, whether the tissue was still attached. We've already discussed that because they did get fingerprints. So presumably tissue was attached. What about this cactus cut to the leg? Was it a cactus cut? No mention of that at all. It's like they just want to close the case, boom, just like that. Gone. Finito. So if you Google it yourself, take a look. It says likely, and it doesn't give 100%. It says there is likely evidence that he fell. Well, there wasn't evidence. There was just him. If you're calling evidence him at the bottom of a ravine and a head injury, is that really evidence when they've looked into it? They've found no broken arms, no broken legs, just a broken pelvis. It's all a bit wishy-washy, all a bit strange. So if you are listening, Chris and DCI, is it Hickson? Try to listen to common sense. If you can interview them separately, you may have to lengthen the inquest number 2. I don't know, what do you think? It just really is common sense to me. But there, if you do have a free-for-all, all in one place, do expect indiscrepancies and lies that are going on. One person's going to say one thing and they're going to then retract it and think on their feet. It doesn't matter whether they are under oath. They're going to tell lies. However, yeah, if you are saying something under oath, there is a possible retribution from the courts if they do find out that you are telling untruths, and if another witness comes along and contradicts what you've just said, and there could be a bit of a 2 and 8. So really, to stop witnesses thinking on their feet as such, I think you need to interview them separately within that courtroom. So you need separate rooms. You can hold them all together, but make sure you have some sort of security there. It's just a bit easier if you put them in separate rooms. I don't know if you can have somewhere that's got little separate rooms you can put them all in 2s or 3s or individual. Just let me know what you think. Well, am I barking up the wrong tree there? Is that a good idea? And also the family as well. Treat them treat them in a good way, and don't bundle them in with everybody. I would say, unless within the inquest, yeah, but put them in separate holding rooms or something. Treat them with respect. And I don't know. We'll see. It's a countdown. Logistically, it's a bit of a nightmare. But I gather this is going on day by day. Hopefully they've got hold of the witnesses and they've summoned them all like they did before. Apparently so. So we'll see. But I do really wish everybody well. I do wish the witnesses well. I'm hoping that they're going to feel stressed, but hopefully not over the limit. And everyone else there. I hope the tension isn't too much. Thank you for watching, liking and subscribing. It does help the channel. It really does. And I put a bit of expense out on this, different bits of equipment, different things, and I do appreciate anybody that watches. Oh, and when you do go to bed tonight, don't have any nasty dreams.